Don't get me wrong.
We really would love to know what your plan is to help lower the cost of living.
Yeah, first of all, thank you both for being here. And yours is a story I hear around the country as I travel. And in terms of both rightly having the right to have aspirations and dreams and ambitions for your family, and working hard and finding that the American dream is, for this generation and so many recently, far more elusive than it's been. And we need to deal with that. And there are a number of ways. One is bringing down the cost of everyday necessities, including groceries.
I'm not even joking. But the day I cheat on my wife, I'm going to use that technique to avoid questions because it's so good. It's wild.
I was gonna go to class before I got high. Come on, yo.
She's so good at deflecting. It's like a superpower. Deflecting woman, deflecting woman.
Did you vote? Are you gonna vote? Oh, will you ask people that you know to vote, please? And will you ask them to vote for me? Thank you.
This is a perfect example of something that has been happening over and over. It's not happening, don't be ridiculous. It's happening, but not as much as you think. It's happening and you are racist for noticing it. But they're forgetting the fourth step. It's happening because it's a good thing.
That is ridiculous.
You do it over and over, and that's how you pass your policy, by saying it's not happening and then telling me it's already here, we need to deal with it.
You're a pussy. Get the fuck out of here, you little bitch. Get out of here, you little bitch.
Hey guys, I am still so distraught about what's going on in the world that I am going out of my way to be extra kind to people. I'm just really sharing positive, affirming words with people. And
You're a piece of crap.
All of that.
Get out of here right now.
All of that.
Get out of here. We're having an event. Idiot.
We are having an event.
Idiot.
We have an event
Idiot.
here.
Idiot.
Let's talk about it.
Idiot.
Okay.
Idiot. Idiot.
Stop pushing.
Idiot. 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 Get out of here.
and laughing with them and smiling with them and being respectful and complimentary and loving.
Dumbass. 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 Dumbass.
This is the only way that we're gonna heal. This is the only way that things are gonna get better. We have to be better to each other. We have to be better to each other.
You look very sane. This is a very sane person right there. Let's talk about your corruption. Why aren't you
Get out of here.
corruption? This is the Palms Neighborhood Council. Very sane people.
PNC board member Kyle McClowy accused of assault at Board of Neighborhood Council Commission meeting. Why is he a member of anything? This sounds like the typical guy of, it's happening. It's in California.
That's it.
Well, California, now it makes sense.
Let me tell you, before I say anything, I just want to say, whoever's helping her, whoever's coaching her, whoever's the puppet master running the strings,
Yeah.
you did a fucking amazing job.
She did a great job.
They did an amazing job from the moment Biden drops out, forcing Biden to drop out. Right, whatever they're doing, whoever's writing those speeches, getting her to deliver them, coaching her, she's nailing it.
Try giving short, simple answers. Mrs. Griffin, what do you plan to do about crime in our city?
A lot. Because that's what Jesus wants.
She nailed that one speech. She's like, say it to my face.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's cheering.
Yeah, she nailed it, dude.
And then last night, to me, when I was like, oh my God, this is jujitsu, where she's like, if you go to his rallies, his crowds are boring, they're tired, they all leave early. My crowds are the best crowds. I have the number one crowd. He couldn't help himself.
And she got him. She baited him on that. She walked him right into it.
100%. 100%. See, the difference in that debate was not a difference in like who's going to have better policies, who's going to be better for the country. The difference in the debate, in my opinion, was who was better prepared.
9/11 was bad.
I agree with that.
She was way better prepared.
Yeah.
And even when it came to answering tough questions, instead of answering, she would just say things that she believes.
Yes, sure.
And they sounded real good.
Yeah, that's
and that's the soundbite.
That's called being a savvy politician.
About our traffic problem.
9/11.
I think we live right now in a society that enjoys symbolic wins. They don't like long-term wins. So literally, what I'm saying, people thought like TikTok before TikTok even existed.
Why is joy important to you to insert into this election? And what do you make of Republicans using that as a way to suggest that you're not a serious candidate?
Well, sometimes I think, and I'll say to whoever the young people are who are watching this, there are some times when your adversaries will try and turn your strength into a weakness. Don't you let them. Don't you let them. I find joy in the American people. I find joy and optimism.
I don't see a lot of joy in the face of this lady. I do think you have joy.
Ready?
See you. Jimmy.
How are you doing? Good stuff.
Merci.
Let's go.
I'm really surprised a politician would record himself like that, but then at the same time, it does remind me of a scene in Psycho, which means maybe this politician is a narcissist.
All it takes for bad things to happen is for good people to do nothing.
We came to Canada about 42 years, 43 years ago. It was clean, stunning, beautiful. Everything was nice. Like, honestly, it was amazing. I didn't even lock my car. We didn't even lock the front door. And recently, we've been to Niagara Falls one time. We couldn't even walk. There's no respect for nothing, for no one. Certain category of people came recently to Canada and swamped and destroyed Niagara Falls. It's so dirty. So I questioned one person that was walking around there. I says, why? What's happening? He goes, well, in my country, the city people are the ones that collect garbage, the ones that collect the trash are beneath us. So that's their job, is to collect the garbage that we throw on the floor, on the grass, and the diapers that we leave behind, the dirty diapers. So that's their job to do. What? I'm like, no, it's not. They're not beneath you. They actually make much more money than you, and it's better than you because you guys are disgusting. I'm not going to name the names of who these people are or which country they come from, but I'm sure everybody knows. You know, like, stop this insanity. Leave Canada alone. Leave it clean the way it was, the way you came. Respect the culture. Don't try to change things. Thank you.
I think this guy sounds like Indian, and I'm not sure if he's talking about Indian, but knowing people that think that maybe certain government is going to pick up the stuff anyway, that sounds as if you participate in a caste system. It sounds like. But as an immigrant person myself, I was told that whenever I go to a country, I need to treat it very good.
Y sé que a ustedes no les duele mi contenido. Les duele es que yo facture más que ustedes sin necesidad de andar como esclavos. ¿Capichi? Esa es la diferencia tuya y mía.
Taking it to the next level, huh?
Que yo siempre voy a hacer dinero sin mucho trabajo. Y tú un explotado, un miserable, ¿sí me entiendes? Un poquitico. Yo siempre seré más que tú. Capichi, métete eso en la cabeza, que no somos iguales. Mira, Lo que a ti te cuesta reunir $15,000 en 200 años, yo lo hago en par de meses. Capichi?
I did not sign up for this.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, then going to deport him. Migrant influencer Leonel Moreno, who encouraged migrants to be squatter, is ordered deported, but here's why likely he won't be kicked out of the country. You know why? You can't go back to Venezuela. There is no flights. So he's stuck over here. I came here to the United States because of prosecution in my country, but they're doing the same thing to me in the United States, prosecuting me. Well, Moreno, if you enjoyed it so much and they were helping you and you were illegal, why the heck would you flaunt money in the face of the people that are helping you when the country itself ain't helping its own people? And you're telling your own people to commit crimes. And they're sending people from prison that actually have apartment complex controlled with gangs and prostitution. And bruh, you have normalized the gangster wave.
You had reportedly said you wanted a sort of an open primary if Joe Biden stepped down. Did you change your mind because you saw all the excitement around Kamala Harris?
No, I didn't change my mind. We had an open primary and she won it. Nobody else got in the race because she was politically astute and...
That is very interesting. I have not seen any open primary, and if she's saying, well, nobody kind of applied because she was so good, well, maybe nobody wanted to be looked as a bigot or a racist, right? I mean, she's a very good vice president. She even tried to be a president, remember? When you dropped out of the 2020 presidential race because you were polling at 1%, that was awesome. Nobody cared about you anymore until President Biden thought, I'm gonna choose this person, and everybody thought, she's amazing. Okay.
In San Diego, we had an exponential increase in significant interest aliens. These are aliens with significant ties to terrorism. Prior to this administration, the San Diego sector averaged 10 to 15 SIA arrests per year. Once word was out the border was far easier to cross, San Diego went to over 100 SIAs in 2022, well over that in 2023, and even more than that registered this year. These are only the ones we caught. At the time, I was told I could not release any information on this increase in SIAs or mention any of the arrests. The administration was trying to convince the public there was no threat at the border. Fentanyl is another issue. The San Diego area sees between 80 and 90% of the methamphetamine and fentanyl seizures annually for our entire country. With little enforcement at the border, these drugs were coming through en masse. During my last year in San Diego, the price for a single pill of fentanyl, for example, went from $10 to 25 cents. To make matters worse, during 2022 and 23, I had to shut down San Diego traffic checkpoints, which are critical for drug interdiction, because the resources had been diverted to the process and release mission. The large numbers also had and still have a negative impact on the San Diego community. I had to release illegal aliens by the hundreds each day into communities who could not support them. To quiet the problem, 2 flights a week were provided from San Diego to Texas. These flights simply brought aliens that would have been released in San Diego over to Texas. Each flight cost approximately $150,000. This was the administration's way to try and quiet the border-wide crisis.
Many of them, they have no idea what they are. They are significant interest aliens, SIA. And guess what? They're generally going to say, it's not happening.
If somebody breaks in my house, they're getting shot.
Yes, I hear that. I hear that.
Probably should not have said that. But my staff will deal with that later.
Yeah.
It will be handled by your team, all right, because hey, a papa should not speak by itself.
Sometimes I scare myself.
Don't get me wrong, ma cosa kita bong. Butta fire na mi blonde, kush hash, purple skunk, criollo, colombici, jam, jam, dur, loqueta, verdetta, welcome.